singing from the stands. Pure Coys, everybody raise your hands. Pure Coys, pure Coys, pure Coys.
Yes, welcome to Pure Coys. Thanks for coming to the channel. Tonight I have a very special guest on the show. Of course, it is my son, Chunky. How you doing, mate?
I'm all right. How you doing? You good?
I'm okay, yeah. I'm okay. Just to clarify, his name isn't Chunky. That would be a really weird name to call somebody. His real name is Charlie, but
Yeah,
his nickname's Chunky.
yeah, I have huge fact for that, don't I? So,
You do. So how are you finding how you feeling about Spurs currently?
I mean, yeah, it's that the game yesterday. When that song goal went in, I was like, "Oh, here we go. This might be a little smash and grab," because but then we just got battered, and we were getting battered before then, to be honest. So once they equalised, I was like, "Yeah, that's it. We're done. We have no underbelly, and we just got carved apart." That should have been way worse than 2-1. I think we can both agree on that. So
It should have been. But let's quickly go over the game. We don't want to go into it too much because we lost again.
yeah,
But obviously, when you saw the team come out, were you happy with the team lineup? Is there any absentees you were surprised about?
I think we're all a bit surprised that James Maddison keeps getting left out. I don't know what he's done. Has he shagged Ange's wife or something? It's just it's a bit odd. There's something going on there because
Something's gone on.
He's arguably our best player really on his day, and he's constantly getting left out.
Yeah, he's got the most goals and assists in the league. Not bad for a player that's hardly played this season.
Yeah,
He doesn't.
He rarely starts now. I expect him to be on the bench now every game, and it's a bit odd. I mean, I know Kulu plays in that position quite well, but in a North London derby, and the last time Madders went to the Emirates, he got 2 really good assists. To not start him, it was a bit odd. It was a bit of an odd decision, and I just think there's something else going on there. Maybe he's not fully fit. He doesn't seem unhappy, and he'd be the type of person to say something, I think, because he's quite a big personality. But he's just not getting started. And he's not liking the Madders ball.
I think maybe he has said something, and that's why he's being left out. And Ange is the kind of manager I think that would be like, well, if you don't like the way I manage, then you can sit on the bench.
You can do one, basically.
Yeah, it's just strange because he's our best player, our most creative player, and he's constantly left out. Constantly. But yeah, so obviously I was surprised to see Maddison left out as well. Actually, not surprised, disappointed to see Maddison left out.
Yeah.
And then we get into the performance. The performance was turgid at best.
That's poor.
I mean, I don't know about you, but I always, and I said it on Tuesday's show, and we all said it, that we can take a defeat because we're expecting a defeat, but what we expect is them to leave blood, sweat, and tears on the pitch. Put everything into it, leave nothing just leave it all on the pitch, and then we'd accept a defeat. But there was none of that, was there?
No, there was very little of it. It was very much like I said it to you. I messaged you, and it's like we just got bullied. We got bullied, and it should have been more than 2-1. That was not a 2-1 game. It could have been 5 or 6. That Havertz had so many chances. I mean, any sort of top striker would have taken. And if you think about it, if they had anyone of value up there, if they had Saka playing yesterday, it would have been ugly. It would have gotten really bad. And part of me, and I know you were thinking it, was part of you wanted to get a bit ugly, just to give a bit of clarification to how bad we were. Some fans would look at that fixture and go, "Oh, we only lost 2-1 away to Arsenal. We lost 1-0 then. We were unlucky, 1-goal games." But it wasn't. We weren't unlucky. We deserved to lose. And everyone will be like, oh, but the first goal shouldn't have been a goal. Doesn't fucking matter. We had how many corners do you have that game? It must have been double digits.
Exactly.
They had
Surely,
about 8 in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, surely your tactics have to be, let's give them as few set pieces as we can because that's where they're strongest.
Yeah.
We give away like 8 to 10 corners in the first half. We give them about 3 or 4 free kicks just outside the area. Just cross the ball, just have a shot. And yeah, I agree. Whereas I don't think Arsenal had loads and loads and loads of chances, what they did have was loads and loads of opportunities in really dangerous positions, but the final forward let them down, or the final touch, or the cross. But yeah, you're right. We got absolutely bullied. It was men against boys, and it was a little embarrassing. And you're right. Part of me, listen, if we had equalised in the last minute, I'd have been off my seat. But there was part of me thinking, if we're going to lose 2-1, we might as well lose 5-1.
Yeah. No, I know. I knew that's what you'd say. That's what I wanted to mention.
Yeah.
So I knew that's what you'd think.
But I don't know what you think. But usually when I watch like the North London derby, I hate it when like the Arsenal players, especially Gabriel, like does a block and he gets up and he's celebrating with the fans and that winds me up. But last night I was just watching it. I was like, fair play. It didn't even bother me.
No.
I think I'm at that point now. I'm just like, can't be asked.
I think most people at this point, I think everyone who watches this who's a Tottenham fan, there might be some other fans who watch it and would laugh, which is understandable because we're not very good. But write the league off at this point. Who cares? We are we are 12 points off 7th. 12 points off 7th. And we're 21 games
12 off 7th?
12 points. We've got 24 points.
I got the league table. I don't know whether it's 12. Is it 12? I thought it was.
What is 12?
We're 7th, 32. We got 24.
Oh,
yeah, it's 12.
Yeah.
No, it's 8. It's 8. 8 points off 7.
I was thinking of top 4. Even that we're 13 points off top 4.
We're still even 8 points off 7th. That's 3 wins.
And that's relying on
actually where we're getting 3 wins from.
And that's relying on the teams that are there, obviously, to lose those 3 games or whatever. So, like 11 losses in 21 games. I mean, it is grim reading, really grim reading, and it's and we've got a plus 11 goal difference. Absolute banter.
Just weird.
Brilliant, isn't it?
The weird thing is, only the bottom 3 sides have lost more games than us, and at the bottom 4 sides, we've only beat 1 at the bottom 4.
And that was Southampton.
We lost to Ipswich, drew with Wolves and Leicester.
And we've got Leicester next week. Whey! I'm going to that game, and I'm going away to Brentford now as well. Oh, hello. Got rid of me.
Going away to Brentford.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, sorry, mate. I don't know what I was doing there. Oh, yeah. That's a bit naughty.
Yeah, I know. Well, you know, Michelle and Steve, you can edit this out if you don't want it. But they obviously they're season ticket holders, and they got me in the Brentford end right by the away fans. So I was like, yeah, get me in there. So I'll be going to Leicester and I'll be going to Brentford the week after, which will be nice because that Leicester game could be an interesting atmosphere.
Yeah, because I can't see Ange getting sacked yet. If we don't beat Everton, and then obviously we've got a Europa League game in the middle of that, and then we've got Leicester. If we don't beat Leicester, that could get really toxic.
Oh, yeah. I don't think we'll beat Everton. No,
I don't either.
I think it'll be a draw because we usually go there to draw. We don't go there to draw. We just go there and draw. Hoffenheim, we'll probably beat Hoffenheim. Hoffenheim are pretty crap, but then we're pretty crap. So, I mean, but I just feel like we'll probably beat Hoffenheim. That'll be the little feel-good factor. And then generally that home game against Leicester, it's a massive
That's the
game
one.
now. It's a massive
That's
game.
the one.
When I got tickets for it, I was like, oh, that'd be a nice game to go. Just, nice and chilled out.
Win 4-5 now. It'll be easy.
I'm nervous. We have to win that game, really.
The trouble is, we could win 4-5 now.
Yeah, we could.
We have that in our locker, but we could lose as well.
and that's just as believable.
These 2-1. Yeah.
But we've lost more games. We've lost over half our games this season.
Over half, yeah. Let's get back to the Arsenal game. So, poor performances. I know there's probably a few, but is there any standout performances for you that you were like really disappointed in?
Johnson was terrible when he came on, but that's kind of come to. He was poor when he came on. I don't really know about any just one particular player. I thought in the midfield we were so weak. Basuma was so weak, kept on giving away free kicks. Kulisevsky kept on giving away free kicks. So I was like, just stay. Just like there was one where Odegaard was running nowhere, and he just like, I get it. It's a derby. We like that. Get involved. Get physical. But he's right by the. Just stand him. He's going nowhere. He just chops him down. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Although as well.
Porro after Trossard chopped him into 200 pieces.
Cut him in half, didn't he? Absolutely.
He was never recovering from that. I mean, I do feel for him because he got absolutely joked about from that alone.
Yeah,
you can't recover from that.
I think he's still on his flight from Norway back, to be honest. He was that was embarrassing. But
I mean, fair play. We can't really complain because once I was on that pitch, he'd done the same to me. But it's like, when I saw that, I was like, "Oh God, this is going to be a long game."
When Trossard does that to you, you know it's time to give up.
Well, Trossard was brilliant. Trossard the game was bloody live. I don't know what's going on.
He always is good against Spurs, though, isn't he?
Is he?
Trossard always scores against Spurs.
Oh, for Brighton.
I'm saying he always scores. He scored for Brighton, didn't he, against us in the last minute at White Hart Lane when we lost.
I think that was it.
And I'm pretty certain he scored against us as well at the Emirates before. But yeah, listen, Arsenal were head and shoulders above us. Thoroughly deserved to win. For me, you're right. Johnson was absolute bobbins. Solanke, sorry, he just can't control the ball. He can't hold the ball up. He doesn't win anything that comes up to him. Gabriel and Saliba had the easiest game they'll ever have.
Yeah.
You know, I feel sorry for Solanke because you don't get the service in the box, but your job's to hold the ball up as well. Just doesn't do it for me. Porro, awful. Kinski just needs to quicken it up a bit. He was a bit slow, wasn't he?
We hadn't even touched on Kinski in that first 15 minutes. Oh my God. There were so many times. We just thinking all the time. I was like, mate, this is a North London derby. You're going to get pressed. They're going to be on your ass. They want to win this game. Yeah. So do we, obviously. This is, well, to be fair, yes, they didn't feel like a big game to me in terms of like, oh, we have to win because we weren't expecting to win. But it's still a North London derby. You know, you've got to be up for it. He's taken bloody ages. He's lucky he didn't concede. I remember he had one where like
blocked. Yeah.
Havertz chased him down, and he is so lucky the ball bounced into his hands because if it didn't, open goal, just a goal. There you go, done. Game set, match.
No, the only thing I will say about Kinski in his defence is there were times, especially second half, it's driving me nuts when he would pass the ball out.
Yeah,
and then they just give it back to him.
Yeah,
I'd be like, "What are you doing? Go forward." Yeah, I think there was a lot of fear in the team yesterday. I thought
they're shot for confidence. You can tell they are, which I understand because we're on a rotten run of form. I feel like the Liverpool game obviously was different because we had no pressure. It was a cup competition, and it was just, and we played differently, didn't we? We were set up differently, and I feel like the players enjoyed that more. We were set up as a slightly lower block, and we were at home, so I guess that probably helps us. But after yesterday, there's no hope. I'm a very positive fan. I don't see us going to Anfield and getting a draw now. I don't, even with the players fit. I feel like this season's just... We've got Villa away in the FA Cup. Villa away in the FA Cup, which I do actually see us winning because we have quite a good record at Villa Park, to be fair.
We have like Liverpool and then Villa within like 3 or 4 days. So could be a great week, could be a bad week. Current form, it's going to be a bad week, but you never know. You never know.
You do.
See, I'm being positive. There you go.
It's a change, Getting that.
So I want to bring some stuff up, mate. Okay, because I don't want to go too heavy on it, but I do want to talk about this man.
Yeah,
because
yeah,
I know
no,
it's
no, I
important.
understand. We've got to bring it
And
up.
the first thing I'm going to bring out is, let me have a look. Well, I'll bring up our next lot of fixtures first. So our next 8 games, whatever, and
Yeah.
we'll see how many we think we can win. So
Okay.
we'll go with Everton. Everton first. What are you thinking?
But we're not going to win that.
No, I kind of agree.
Yeah, I think we'll be a draw. I don't see
Yeah,
us winning away to Everton. We don't have a good record away at Everton. Usually, we don't get beat there, but we usually draw there. We've drawn there the last 4 seasons. Pretty sure.
it'd be a tight game. It'd be a tight game, I think. But
Yeah, no, yeah.
and then obviously we're home to Leicester, where we will be. We'll be at that game.
Right, I think we'll win that game. I'm not going to be too negative. I do feel like we'll beat Leicester at home. Leicester are shocking. They're a poor side, and
Should win that game.
we especially because we're at home. We should, and yeah. I know we're shot for confidence, but maybe that's the game we need to get the confidence up. We could win that. Like you say, we could win that game 3 or 4-0. We could also lose that game 1-0 or 2-1. It's perfectly possible. Yeah. But and Brentford away as well. I do feel like we can get a result as well because Brentford are slipping just a little bit. I know they drew to Man City.
They did,
but just before that, they lost against Plymouth in the FA Cup, which I can't ignore because that's actually terrible. And I can see us beating Brentford in the game. I know we're going to be negative and we're going to look at those losses and how many games we've lost to certain opposition. But those 2 games, Tottenham, Leicester, Brentford, Tottenham, we could easily win those 2 games. I could see 2 wins there, even on our current form. Personally, you might be different. Maybe it's just because I'm going to those games, so I'm just really hoping for a win. But
yes.
I feel like those 2 games we can easily win. I'm not too worried about that.
Definitely think we'll beat Leicester, regardless of how bad we are. I think even we could be really, really bad and we should still beat Leicester. Yeah. Brentford concerns me, though we have got a good record at Brentford. I think we might draw that game. And then we got obviously United at home in the league, if we're talking about just league games.
Yeah.
Another tough game because United are picking up form.
And we got Ipswich away. Oh my god, Ipswich away is a nailed on defeat.
And Ipswich away and then Man City at home. So we got some tough games coming up, but we've got 3 of the bottom 4. Sorry, we've got 3 of the bottom 4 coming up in our next 6.
Yeah, but we got Man City at home. I think we'll be all right.
Yeah, we'll beat Man City at home.
Man City are crap now. Man City might be the one playing the low block against us, so it might be a bit different.
Man City are crap. Are you joking? They're fine. Man City are fine.
Yeah, well, I know they're fine, especially compared to us. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So the next thing I want to bring up, and I will read. Obviously, this is some of the stats under Ange Postecoglou, and I want to get your thoughts on them.
This will be good.
I'm trying to stay positive, guys. I'm trying, but it's difficult. So, 1.14 points per game, which would give us 43 points to the season. That would be our worst points since relegation in 1977. Pretty horrific.
Yeah.
Bottom 3 in the form table in the last 90 days. That's 3 months. That's a third of a season. And we're in the bottom 3 of the form table.
Yeah.
Obviously, something we've already talked about. 11 games lost out of the last 21. The next one for me is the one that gets me. 5 points out of the last 27. If that isn't relegation form, I don't know what is.
Yeah.
30 points taken from the last 84 available. We are 6 points off relegation.
We're 8 points.
1 win in 9.
No, we're 8 points. We're 8 points off relegation. Calm down. All right.
Are you sure?
Yeah, we're 8 points.
Listen,
Wolves have 16 points. We have 24. And also, we're technically 9 points clear because we do have like a 28 goal
difference. All right, listen, I'm trying to be negative here. Come on. All right. 8 points off relegation. Whoever put this on Twitter needs shooting.
I love this next one.
1 win in 9 against Southampton. We've lost more games than Ipswich. Only Wolves, Leicester, and Southampton have lost more games. We are level with Palace, who hadn't won a game until October the 27th when they beat us. In the second half, Ange was playing with 3 number 10s and no pivot. Clueless. Overplayed Porro, has lost possession 60 times in 2 games. Declan Rice bemoaning their finishing. We should have scored 10, he said. And it's not a football messiah, also adding stuff on here. And his points per games stats is worse than Christian Gross. Obviously, you won't remember Christian Gross, but he was probably one of the worst managers in Tottenham's history. Not statistically the worst manager in Tottenham's history, because that is Ange Postecoglou.
How long?
What are your thoughts, mate?
It's really grim reading, and I feel like you can't really look past anything other than a sacking now for him. I do agree that, I completely agree with the Ange out sentiments, especially when you look at how far we are down the table. And people will obviously go to the injuries we have and like, oh, the recruitment wasn't good. But this is his second year, and if this happened in his first year, I would definitely be more like, okay, definitely give him more time. But
it happened in his
at
first
the
year.
moment, what's that?
It did happen in his first year.
We finished
After
fifth.
the first 10 games.
We finished
after
fifth.
the first 10. Yeah, but after the first 10 games, we were pretty poor. Anyway, go on.
No, I know, but we still finished fifth. We had a good. I feel like last season we still had a decent season. To lose our greatest ever goal scorer and possibly the greatest ever goal scorer to ever live in football, and to go from 8th to 5th is a pretty good. It's a pretty good deal.
It's an improvement on the season before. Yeah, you've got to give him that.
Like, I wasn't like going into the season thinking, oh, we're going to be crap. We're going to be. I thought we'd do pretty well. I thought with Europa League we'd probably finish lower than 5th, maybe 6th or 7th, but I definitely didn't think we'd be anywhere near the level we are at now. And yeah, I feel like he's slowly losing the fans, and he gets bitter, and he can't get bitter because he's got to understand that football's a results business, and he's not getting the results ever. His last good result was obviously we beat Liverpool 1-0 in the EFL Cup, but that game obviously is pretty. It's a great win, and I was celebrating. I was loving it because I got the prediction bang on, might I add. But sorry, but it's pointless if we go to Anfield and lose, which we on form at the moment we are destined to do. It's just there's just nothing going for us right now, and even in Europa League, we're not even in the automatic qualifications. And if we even get through, who thinks we're going to beat like Lazio at the top? And we're not as good as these teams anymore. We can't compete, and especially in the Premier League now, when you've got Bournemouth who are doing really well. Villa are now a very, very top team. Forest are a bloody third. Like, what's going on with that? These are all teams that are doing really, really well and showing signs of improvement. Whereas Spurs, we're going horrifically backwards. I mean, West Ham are above us in the league, and they sacked their manager, which is a good point. And West Ham, although they'll go back to the Conference League they won, we are a much bigger club than West Ham. Well, maybe not much bigger, but we're definitely a bigger club. We probably have a better pull factor than West Ham. Yet they sat there on their form, and we haven't, which is a bit weird for us normally, because I do agree Ange is definitely protected in some way from someone by Levy, by Yannick, whatever. He definitely is. So I feel like the blame can't always be put solely on him. It must also obviously be put on the owners as well. But yeah, I think my point with the West Ham manager is a great point, might I add, because West Ham are not a big team compared to us. They've obviously won more recently than us, but then, and their form, which is very similar to ours now, they sacked their manager, and we're keeping ours, even though we are showing no signs of improving and no signs at all of getting up that table, especially considering all the games we've got coming up, and we don't really think we'll probably get out of the next 6 or 7 league games. realistically, 2 wins, maybe 3. If you're gonna bank on us beating City at home, I see us beating Leicester at home. We could beat Ipswich away, but we could easily lose. I don't think we beat United at home on our current form. Everton away, I don't think we beat even Everton. Are not doing well at the moment, but they got their new manager bounce. Obviously, I know they lost to Villa last night, but only by a goal. When I watched the game, it's not like they played poorly. They definitely deserve something out of the game. And then I'm trying to think of the other games we have. My one's gone completely blank. But
we have.
I said next 6 league games, and you showed me 5. I can't remember the one after.
Everton, Leicester, Man United, Brentford away. You're going, mate.
Away, yeah, no, Brentford away, Man United, Man City. That's 5, isn't it? Or can I not count?
Everton, Leicester, Brentford, Man United, Ipswich, Man City. 6.
Okay, I can't count. Yeah, 6.
You're at uni. What's going on?
I don't do maths, do I? I don't have a bloody clue about all that crap.
You're not doing maths.
Exactly. But yeah, so I feel like I completely understand why people want him out. And my opinion is to wait, because I'll explain why. Because everyone's going to be on like, everyone's going to be on like, oh, why do you want to keep him? Why do you points per game? Worst manager we've ever had. Statistically, worst manager ever had. Right.
Go on.
I think we've got to wait until our whole team comes back, not blaming all on injuries, because even without injuries, we were still playing poorly. Wait until the whole team comes back, see how the results go. If it gets, and also, I don't see us benefiting sacking him when we've got a semi-final in the League Cup to come up. What manager are we going to get? We'll have Ryan Mason in charge. I don't think he's going to do much better, personally, with the group of players we have. I just don't think it'll work. I feel like we have just got to get behind him for a little bit longer, because we've got a lot of fixtures coming up. And if he goes, brilliant. But if he doesn't, we've just got to dig in, because I don't see us getting a better manager in the time frame we have. If we get to May and we're in the same position, get rid of him. I completely agree. But everyone's got to understand this season is a write-off. It is. And you can blame Ange all you want, but it's not just down to Ange. It's down to our players just being crap now, because some of them are crap. Son is now crap. I know he scored, fair play, but he's now crap. Porro is a bit crap. Udigi is a bit crap. Romero is kind of crap now. I'm not going to lie. Basuma is crap. Even Sarr's not my Sarr boy. He's not even doing that well anymore. He's a bit crap at the moment. I can't name one player which has improved in the last year. Everyone's gone backwards.
Yeah, that's what's frustrating. Is I was just checking the United score, and it's still 0-0 at the moment. So
what's the Brighton Ipswich score? We need to check that game, don't we?
Well, Ipswich might catch us, mightn't they?
That's what I mean. That's 0-0.
That's the frustrating thing, is we're looking down rather than up. But okay, so I want to read you this. So I want to get your opinion on this.
Go on.
Okay, so I put this on my page, on my community thing a couple of days ago. Just said, morning all, hearing so much regarding Ange and if he won a trophy. So let's have a poll. If Ange won a trophy, would you give him another season, or have you seen enough regardless? This is based on if our current league form continues. So out of, I think there's 28 votes, and 68% have seen enough, but there's still 32% who would give him more time. How do you feel? If Ange won us a League Cup, would you forget about the league and give him next season?
Oh.
Honestly, and it's fine.
Now, what do you think first? Go on.
What do I think? I think, listen, I said it on an earlier video. If we won a cup and finish 7th or 8th, I'm absolutely fine with that. I don't care. I'm not this one for Champions League football. That's not the holy grail for me. The holy grail for me is winning cups, winning trophies. But there's a difference between winning a trophy and finishing 7th or 8th, and winning a trophy and finishing 15th. So for me, if we win the League Cup and we finish 15th, Ange has to go. I don't care if we won a cup.
It's a question. What if we won the? This is like this won't happen, but imagine if it did. League Cup and FA Cup double. Imagine if he did that, but he still finished.
That's a different story because yeah, it's a different story. That's 2 cups. We haven't won 2 cups in like 100 years. So yeah, I would, of course, if he won 2 cups, then I'll be having a different conversation. But it would be a question of, okay, you've got next season. If your first 10 results are crap, you're gone. We can't have another season finishing 15th. So 1 cup, 15th, gone. 2 cups, 15th, you can stay.
Like that.
3 cups and 15th, we build a statue.
100%. That's the treble.
It's not going to happen, so I'm confident saying that. So seriously, go back to the 1 cup.
Yeah.
1 cup and 15th. How you feeling?
I would get rid of him as well. You're surprised by that?
Okay. I am surprised, yeah.
But I feel like with the cup win, if he won the FA Cup and finished 15th, because I think the FA Cup's harder to win, then I would keep him. But the League Cup is a bit different. It's more on the lines of, he beat Coventry just past Coventry. Beat Man City. That's a great result. Really good performance against Man City. Like, this is the thing. We're a bit of a moments team. We have games where we play really well.
Again, you got to look at it and you got to give him. If he wins the League Cup, as much as for me, I'd still get rid of him if we finish 15th. If we beat Coventry, Man City, Man United, Liverpool, and then Newcastle, Arsenal in the final, you got to say, fair play.
Yeah, 100%.
He hadn't scraped his way through, is he?
No,
he's played all the biggest sides.
Yeah, he did scrape past he did scrape past Coventry, but yeah, we beat Man City. Really good performance against Man City. That's the frustrating part. We have games where we play bloody brilliantly. I look at the football playing. I was like, wow. When we beat United 3-0 away, we were amazing. 4-1 against Villa. Oh, hello. I'm a bit laggy now, aren't I? Hello? There you go. 4-1 against Villa, bloody blew him away. 4-0 against City, blew him away. Even the 1-0 against Liverpool, we played brilliantly. We have games where we play exceptionally well. Even in the cup game against United, where we won 4-3. We went 3-0 up. If Foster wasn't an absolute idiot, that would have been an easy 4-0 game, probably. We would have gone through easily. But obviously he didn't. Made it a bit more interesting. It's all right, all for the neutral. But it's like, we're capable of these type of games, which is the frustrating part, I think. It's a frustrating part.
I think that's why a lot of fans are still on side, because they see moments of when we can be really good.
Yeah.
But they're ignoring the moments which is mostly when we're absolute dire and tactically naive. And like Rio Ferdinand said last night, it's like watching an under 14s team.
Yeah. It's so hot and cold.
Embarrassing. Yeah.
And it's too hot and cold. It's like, it's not sustainable. I think it's the best way to. It's not a sustainable way of playing, because it doesn't sustainably get you results. Like I said, you can play a game and we could blow a team away and it would just be like, wow, this guy knows what he's doing. And the next 2 games, he'll try it and he'll lose 2-1 and he'll get tactically and utterly bamboozled. He's so stubborn the way he plays. That's always going to happen. So if people figure it out, it's pointless. But when they don't, when it works, it bloody works, which is obviously why I think that is point. That's why people are really on board with him. That's why I've been on board with him most of the time, because I've watched all the games. I've seen the games where we've gone, oh my God, we played brilliantly. Like, I've never seen Tottenham play like that in my life. Like when we blew away City away at the Etihad, when we blew away Villa, who were on a really good run of form, it was like, bloody hell. This is incredible. I've never seen a Spurs team do this in a long, long time. Not since Poch, really. And even then, I don't think we blew away top teams. We kind of just ground out results a bit more because he was more tactically astute, really. But it's the thing with Poch, isn't it? Interesting thing with Poch. When Poch got sacked, what position were we sat in? Because it definitely wasn't 14th.
No, well, we were struggling. There's no doubt about that. We were struggling, but you know, there are reasons. We're coming to the end of a cycle. Players were getting older. Players were leaving. Players needed to be sold and wasn't. We needed to bring players in. We hadn't for a while. So, but I'd love Poch back now. I would do anything. Well, not anything. That's weird. I I just love Poch back.
Well, even after
It
he
would
went to
probably,
Chelsea.
yeah, I forgive Poch for that, but it's probably a bit like having getting the ex-girlfriend back, isn't it? You know, it
Mm.
sounds great, but actually, there's a reason why you split up. And
Yeah.
you know, I think Poch coming back would end up like that. It'd be great for a little bit, and then it'd be like, actually, there's a reason why we did what we did. But going back to Ange and how you said you think we should stick it out with him for the time being. This has come out today. Ange Postecoglou retains full backing within Spurs with an understanding of the situation he's dealing with right now. The club are believed to be trying to put in the right structures and people around him, but he needs help on the pitch as well. So, looks like he's got another vote of confidence from the board. So, it doesn't look like he's going anywhere.
I mean, maybe what they might be doing is giving him till January, giving him his January signings to maybe steady the ship, turn it round. That's the only thing I can think of. Which I guess makes sense. That does make sense. We would give him his January signings, get them all done, because he'll probably have more players in mind. And then maybe he'll build on it. Maybe after the January signings, we will get better. Once everyone comes back from injury, we will get better. We probably will be. We're not going to get relegated, touch wood. Like we won't. And like we probably won't finish in 15th. We might not finish in Europe, but we won't finish that low. We're too good of a team for that, I think, personally.
Do you know
We are
though that we've got how many games we got left? 17.
17 games left, yeah.
So I know it sounds easy, but we've got to win 6 games just to get above 40 points.
Yeah.
We've only won 7 and 21. We got to win 6 and 17. And 40 point is like the relegation thing. I think it'd be below 40 points a season for relegation, to be honest. But it's a scary thought. I can't think where our next 3 or 4 wins are going to come from, let alone 6.
Got a feel for the
Southampton
team.
at home. That's a
Southampton
banker.
at home.
Man City at home.
Man City at home. Yeah, come on.
Yeah, of course. Chelsea away, no probs.
Chelsea way easy win. Yeah, that's nailed on.
That's what I mean. We still got to go to Anfield in the league. We still got to go to Chelsea. Obviously, we got Man City. We got United coming. We got to go to Villa Park. We got some tough games in the league coming up.
We've got Bournemouth at home. That's a tough game now.
Exactly.
We've got Forest at home as well.
We got that's another tough one. Forest are flying.
Shit.
We're in trouble. Bournemouth at home. Bournemouth usually do quite well at Spurs.
And Bournemouth are good now.
Yeah.
They're not even like a
I'm
joke.
terrified. I'm honest, being honest. I was alive when we got relegated, but I can't remember it. I'm scared that we might get relegated.
No, we won't.
It's a fear. It's getting to the point now where I'm cheering on Brighton to beat Ipswich because I'm scared that they might catch us. That's how bad it is.
What's the score?
Check the score.
Oh, it's still half time. United Southampton still 0-0.
Oh, United still at 0-0 at Southampton United. Can't do as bad as Spurs.
Well, no, United are worse than Spurs. They are actually worse. Let's not. They are level points of us, but
they are.
I just look at the table and I just see our 11 plus 11 goal difference and we're 13. It's just banter. It's brilliant. Like,
you look at that table, yeah, and you look at it and you're like, I can't even see the points. I don't know what I did that for. Can't even see the points. You can just see the goal difference. But if West Ham win and we lose at the weekend, West Ham are 5 points clear of us.
Who West Ham got?
Let that sink in. Let that sink in. I don't know who West Ham got, to be honest. They must be away because they're at home.
They're at home to Palace. Oh no, that's a big game. We need a draw. We need a draw out of that. Keep Palace off us. Come on. We need them to draw. When Leicester Fulham, we need a Fulham win there. And then, God,
we just need to beat Everton.
We need City to beat Ipswich as well on the weekend.
Probably
we need Chelsea to beat Wolves. Come on, Chelsea, do us a favour. Monday 20th, get us a win against Wolves.
The last thing I want to read out is this, and it's just a sad indictment of our club currently. And I will read this out for you. Tottenham Hotspur is living the nightmare of all its worst case scenarios combined. For years, we had top class managers overachieving with poor squads, Harry Kane masking deeper issues, and fans clinging to hope that the club would change. All while Daniel Levy's mismanagement and lack of meaningful investment slowly eroded the club's history. Now Kane and the top coaches are gone, the cracks are fully exposed, and we are left with the worst head coach in over 30 years. This is a perfect storm of failure under the leadership of a chairman who has run out of excuses. This is not just a bad season, it is the inevitable collapse.
I think you need to smile. It's a little bit more. It's not the end of the world.
I mean, if you read that, you'd be proud. That was actually, it did touch a nerve with me when I read that.
I think it's a bit too. No, it's a good piece of writing.
Dramatic.
It's way
OTT.
too. Yeah, it's too OTT. Reading way too much into it, I think.
Good though. I need that. You need that that trailer voice.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, you don't really have that.
Young Hotspur is living. Yeah, I can do it. But that's what you need.
Yeah, I feel like he's a bit being a bit. We are a very reactionary fan base, but that's I mean, he's got some points. You know, he's technically right in. We've had our worst manager in 30 years in terms of the form and stuff, but I don't think Levy's trying to I don't really think Harry Kane masked all of our issues. We've always had issues winning things, and it's not like we've been bad for like 5 or 6 years running.
No, we were really good for like 2 or 3 seasons, like really good, like the best I've seen in my lifetime league wise.
Yeah,
obviously not cups, but
but that was due to Poch. His recruitment was amazing. He brought some really good players in. You know, Ericsson. You know, Harry Kane, obviously coming up. You know, players like Danny Rose, Kyle Walker, Toby Alderweireld, Jan Vertonghen. You know, just
what a beast!
Like Moussa Dembele, all these players. He just turned into animals, absolute animals. You know, like who else? He brought Son in. Some obviously
Dele Alli
right away. Dele Alli just turned into a monster. We had an amazing team. You know, he brought in Victor Wanyama, and he just turned him into a literal. He was an actual machine. He was a machine, and then obviously these players grew older. They got worse, tired legs. They wanted to move on because we weren't winning things, and then inevitably we're going to have a bit of a come down, which is understandable. And then when Kane leaves, we had a bit of a come down as well. But last season we didn't play too badly. We got 5th. You know, I know we didn't win anything. We didn't come close to winning anything last season, but league-wise, we did
playing one game a week.
League-wise, we did okay. It's just this season, league-wise, we're doing absolutely terrible. I don't think it's an inevitable collapse for Tottenham. I feel like if we were to sack Ange and get a new manager in and get some more recruitment, we'd probably be back up to near the top 4 again. Because we have good enough players for that. We don't have a bad team. We don't. Our players are
badly managed.
Badly managed. But some of the players obviously have digressed. And, you know, they've gotten worse, but there's still quality in this team all over it. Lucas
So what would you put that down to? And I'm going to bring up now because I literally was just writing that as you were talking. And I want to talk about Lucas Bergvall because for me, along with Gray, who was playing out of position, and Spence, who was finished, and I'll be the first to admit, I wanted him out because he wasn't getting anywhere near the first team. I thought it was point in having him. Spence, Gray, and Bergvall for me are the three shining lights so far of this season. The only shining lights.
Bergvall is a bar of marvelous creations. It's just you ever had Cadbury's marvelous creations. Oh, it's just so much sweet going on. He's sweet as a nut. He's absolutely brilliant. I love him to bits. You find it difficult in the Arsenal game because he was getting bullied a bit, but you could tell he was trying. He always drove forward. But when he got forward, I'm going to get up for this. Get forward, and he just looked forward. And he's like, "There's no one here," so he'd have to turn back. And I saw people going like, "What are you turning back?" And I was like, because I saw it on Instagram, being like, "Oh, Bergvall, he'd always run forward, but he'd always just go back in it." And I'm like, "Well, yeah, because no one's bloody running forward with him. He's the only one trying."
Yeah, there was one moment. There was one moment though when he ran at an angle into the box and it opened up for him.
Yeah, I remember this.
And I'm like, "He's going to hit this. He's going to hit this." And he just turned around and come back, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" But I do
He's
like
a young
him.
lad. You've got to remember that.
He's improving. He's improving. And like you say, he was the one player on the pitch last night for me who looked like he really wanted it. You know, you could see he was putting out, and he did get bullied a bit, but he was giving it back, and I like that.
He wants it every game. He's a bloody animal. I love him. We've got to keep hold of him. And I love Archie Gray as well. I love his interviews as well. He's such a well-spoken bloke. He's a gentleman. And he's playing completely out of his position. But he's clearly not kicking up a fuss. He's getting on with it. Mind you, if you were 18 and getting paid like 40 grand to play out of position, I think you would as well. But,
it's not bad, is it?
It's not bad.
Not a bad gig.
But,
But no.
He's quality. And obviously, Jed Spence, he did have a great game yesterday. I will admit, he wasn't that good. But, we need him now. We need him. And, those three are definitely, I do agree. They're the three who I've said how, loads of players have, gone back and gotten worse. But those three are the only players who I've seen this season and gone, they're quite good. I didn't know they were that good. Especially with Bergvall, because I thought Bergvall wouldn't even play, to be honest. Obviously,
it's difficult with Gray. It's difficult with Gray and Spence, isn't it? Because they're both playing out of position.
Yeah.
Obviously, Spence is a fullback, but he's a right back, not a left back.
Yeah. And then Gray's a centre mid.
Yeah.
And he's playing centre half. He's been playing centre half for ages.
It's nuts.
But it is nuts. Mate. But
So
those. Go on.
Go on, mate. No, go on. Finish what you're saying.
I was just saying those two are bloody two sticks of dynamite. They're absolutely explosive, and I love it. They're brilliant, and we should keep hold of them.
We haven't got a lot of choice. We have to keep hold of them. We've got no squad otherwise. But yeah, for me, don't get me wrong. Earlier on in the season, I was like, they're just not up to it. They're too young, and I still think they are too young to be playing every game.
They are too young,
and they're going to have good games. They're going to have bad games because they're young players. But they've definitely impressed me enough to think that I think actually in the next couple of years they could be standout players for Spurs.
Yeah, 100%.
But okay, I'm going to give you the big question now, and I think we kind of discussed it, and we kind of said you've kind of told me how you feel about it. But it is this: is it time for Ange to go? Final thoughts on it?
Not yet.
Leave it there.
Not yet for me. Give him January, and see what signings he makes. If we sack a manager mid-Jan, it won't work out. We won't get any better. I think we'll probably get worse. It'll get worse before it gets better. You just got to, we're Tottenham fans. We have thick skin. Just dig in. I'm young and I'm saying that. I normally see Spurs in and around Europe. This is the first time I've seen them in a mid-table relegation scrap. And I'm still saying just give it a minute. I know we're very reactionary, which is understandable because the results are absolutely dreadful. But give him till January. See how he does in January. It's a heavy fixture list. There's loads of games coming up. It's not time to judge yet, in my opinion. But definitely, I can see why people want him to go. And I'm not going to ridicule them because it makes complete and utter sense to me. I wish he is. You all right, Eads? You okay? Yeah?
I couldn't get to bed. I'm going to do homework in a minute.
Okay.
All right. Sorry about
All right. Don't worry about it.
that. So yeah, you'd give him time. You'd give him to what, end of Jan, February,
Yeah.
the summer.
I'd say at least till end of Jan, and get the signings he wants in, and then maybe you let him get his team back. The result's still not improving, then yeah, get him gone, because nothing's gonna help him. Nothing's gonna work, and yeah, it's not gonna happen for him. If even that's not gonna save him, but he's still got time. And if the board are backing him, then we don't really have a choice but to back him. We can't.
That's
get
it.
him.
We don't have a choice. He's here for as long as he's here. And let's be honest, and we're gonna feel this next week when we go up to Spurs. It seems that most of the fans in the ground are still very much Ange in. So it's going to be interesting, isn't it? When we go up, we might do a few vlogs and see what happens. If we're brave enough, maybe talk to a few fans, see how they feel. But, you probably won't be brave enough. I need 3 or 4 pints.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah, no, it'd be interesting. It'd be interesting to see. But I think we'll leave it there, mate. Because unless you want, is there anything else you want to talk about?
That's okay. It's been a bit negative tonight, innit? But it's got to be in it. We're talking about Tottenham. God, imagine if you started your podcast during the Poch era. Imagine how much better it would have been.
That would be amazing, wouldn't it?
I mean,
It would be amazing. And it's weird because I want to be positive. Like I said, there is positive person there dying to get out and talk happy Spurs. But when I know you don't believe that because you're like, no, you're not, Dad. You're negative about everything. But you know, we are 15th in the league, 14th in the league.
Yeah.
So there's not a lot to be happy about. I'm saying we're 14th. United aren't winning yet, but
they probably will.
We're probably going to be 14th by the end of the night.
Yeah.
So yeah, going to go and watch the second half of the United game. And hope Southampton win. I'm joking. I want United to win.
And a big one for Brighton as well. Come on, Brighton.
We need Brighton to win. So we need Brighton and Southampton to do us a favour tonight.
Yeah.
To keep us away from going any lower in the league.
Yeah.
And yeah, okay. We will leave it there, mate. Thank you for joining me.
No worries. Good to see you, Dad.
What have you got on this week? Anything exciting going on at uni? Any parties?
No, I've got some lectures tomorrow, and I'm going to watch the football tomorrow here. Might go to Lane 7, play some bowling. I don't know. Figure it out.
Yeah, you're getting out a bit now.
A little bit. You know, just doing my work really. Bought a guitar.
You bought a guitar?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know.
Different, mate. You're gonna sit for serenading the women. Nice. Where did you get that from?
From Argos.
Okay. Can you play?
No, I've still got to do my lessons online.
Nice.
One day, you know.
Yeah, you can sing the Pure Coys anthem or like theme tune.
It's kind of what I was thinking.
Nice.
No.
Nice. Right. And yeah, and are you doing anything for the channel, Pure Coys? Knock out some shorts maybe over the next couple of days.
I'm going to do some shorts before the Leicester game, the Everton game. Sorry, do short before an Everton game, and then we can see lots of content on the build to the Leicester game. And I'll do some content for the Brentford game because I'll be at both games. So, but in the Brentford game, I will be in the home end, so I've got to be a bit more undercover. I might just put a hood on and just kind of just stay a bit low, and when we
don't get yourself beat up.
It's Brentford. No one's going to beat me up with Brentford. God, it's fine. It's Brentford.
All right.
No disrespect to Brentford fans, but they're just lovely. They're not the angry sort. I don't think it's not about Millwall, is it?
No. To be fair. All right then, buddy. Well, thanks for joining me.
That's all right.
And I will see you on next stream. And I'll see you next weekend for Leicester. I'll meet you in London.
No worries. All right. See you later, Dad.
Cool. See you later. And as always, stay positive, stay poised, and stay Spurs.
Pure Coys, singing from the stands. Pure Coys, pure Coys. Everybody raise your hands. Pure Coys, pure Coys, pure Coys.